So Jurassic World Evolution 2 is turning free this year, and it does seem that they've finished making content for it, since there hasn't been a DLC since May last year, and they're normally like 3 or 4 months between each other. So in today's video, I'm basically going to be looking at every single DLC they released, all 11 of them, and ranking them based on basically best to worst to best, and if you should buy it or not. Alright, but if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and stuff. Last video I asked for 5 likes and we got over 16, so that's cool. So if we can get like 20 likes on this video, that would be very cool and it would help a lot. So obviously there's 11 DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2, and there's 3 different prices that they can be. There's $5.99, $7.99 and £15 in pounds. Obviously other currencies will be different, but we're going to start with the number 11th spot because this one is the most expensive and also adds the least. So let's go to 11. So the first pack that I'm going to talk about is the Deluxe Upgrade pack, which came out on November 9th 2021. It's also the first pack that came with the game, and it's basically, as it says, a Deluxe Upgrade, and it costs £15, which I think is a bit expensive for what it adds. So to begin with, you get 3 skins for each of the vehicles. It's 3 altogether, 1 skin for each vehicle, and then you get 3 dinosaurs, 2 of which aren't dinosaurs and I can't pronounce their names, but you get Attenborosaurus, Megalosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus, and then you get a flying reptile which I can't pronounce the name of, and also the Attenborosaurus, which is a swimming reptile named after David Attenborough, which is funny because obviously his brother played John Hammond in Jurassic Park, so it works quite well really. But the reason mostly that I've got this pack in last is just for the fact it's a bit overpriced, and the dinosaurs you get in it aren't particularly interesting. I mean, the Megalosaurus is, because it's obviously the first dinosaur I ever found, but other than that, it's kind of a boring pack and definitely overpriced. So number 10, I'm going to go with the early Cretaceous pack. Now, this one is more fairly priced for what it adds at £6, and it adds 4 creatures: the Cretaceous, which is the big swimming guy, Min-Me, and 2 other ones I can't pronounce. So basically, you have like a small mini Stegosaurus creature and also a flying guy. I'll never be able to pronounce the flying ones, their names are so long and interesting. But the only reason I have this one at number 10 is because the dinosaurs it adds aren't the most interesting. I mean, the Min-Me is quite cute and the others could be used if you want, but generally speaking it's alright. Not the best in terms of creatures, but the price is alright as well. Alright, so the 9th DLC is going to be the late Cretaceous pack. Of course, this came out in September 15th 2022, and the reason, similar reason for the last one, it's only £6 and the animals in it aren't too interesting. You've got the first case of glowing dinosaur, that's cool. It's got a flying thing I can't pronounce again, the swimming one I can't pronounce as always, and it has the Australorvinator, I pronounced that wrong, which is basically just a raptor like thing, and it has a Almosaurus, which is obviously the big long neck guy. But this is an alright pack. The dinosaurs in it, nothing too interesting. The glowing bioluminescent skin, which I'm pretty sure this is the first time they've shown that in this game at least, was cool. Actually no, this will be the second time. We'll get onto the first time later on in the video actually. But it's an alright DLC for £6 if you want it, and it's on sale. I would recommend getting it on sale. Alright, this next pack I think is the only one that adds actual interesting animals to start with, but the reason it's number 8 and not higher is because it's only marine animals, and obviously they don't do too much in this game. But the prehistoric marine species pack came out August 10th 2023, and it added some interesting things. The Archelon, I am trying to pronounce these names correctly, but the Archelon, which is the giant turtle, I forget the difference, turtle. The Nothosaurus, obviously from Season 5 of Camp Cretaceous, so that's cool. Dunkelosseus, giant fish everyone likes, and the Shonisaurus, which is another big fish. Basically, I think it's a fish. Anyway, but this one also costs £6, and the reason I have it here is because while it only adds 4 new creatures and they're only swimming creatures, I think the Nothosaurus is cool, and it's nice to have that from the show. And then obviously the Dunkelosseus is cool as well. Basically, the fish and the Nothosaurus are the only 2 things in this pack that are good, but otherwise, it's adds a decent amount of stuff. Alright, the 7th DLC that I've got on my list would be the Park Manager's Collection Pack. This came out 16th of May 2024, so last year now. And basically, the reason I have this here is because this seems to be the last DLC of the game, and that's quite sad, obviously. And it costs £6, so not bad, and it adds a decent amount of stuff actually. Beginning with, it has the Little E.T. T-Rex skin, which we'll get onto later, because that should have been part of a different pack. It gets the Megalodon, the giant shark, which everyone was asking for. Microceratus from Jurassic World Dominion, people were asking for this as well. Stegosaurus, a little tiny compy-like thing which is slightly bigger, and I can't pronounce the last one, but it's basically just a giant flying reptile. A decent amount of collections of stuff. These are basically all the dinosaurs that people are asking for, which weren't added yet, and I think it is a decent selection of creatures. There's not really much to say about this, it's kind of alright. Okay, number 6, we got the Cretaceous Predator Pack, November 30th, 2023 this one came out, and this one added 4 dinosaurs, and I'm pretty sure it only added dinosaurs. It did. So, obviously we got the Gigantoraptor, the giant feathery oviraptor that's massive basically, the Concavenator, which is cool, the Utahraptor, which I think is the 2nd best creature in this pack, very nice. It's good to see the more feathery creatures within this game. And then obviously we had Tarbosaurus, which was from Hidden Adventures Camp Cretaceous, which is also a very nice looking creature in game. And it costs you £6 again, so the price is the same for most of these little dinosaur packs, so it's fine. And it's a good pack, it has a nice selection of dinosaurs, not much to talk about with this one, and let's just move on. Alright, number 6, we're going with the Secret Species Pack, which came out in March 2024. This one, the only reason this one is higher than it should be is because it adds 1 new dinosaur. The other dinosaurs are literally copy and pasted from the first game. We've got the Spinoraptor, Stegoceratops, and where is it? Ankylodocus. But it does add the Spinoceratops, which is a very cool looking hybrid from Season 4 of Camp Cretaceous. It's obviously the Spinosaurus mixed in with a yeah, you know what I mean, the big dinosaur thingy is cool. And this pack costs £6 as always. And all the dinosaurs do get a glow in the dark skin, which does add to it. And they also gave a glow in the dark skin to the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor. So I suppose it's a decent pack, but I have it low because it's mostly copy and paste, basically. Alright, the 4th pack I'm going with is the Feathered Species Pack. Came out March 30th, 2023. Costs £6 again, like most of these packs. And this one added 4 creatures, 1 flying, which is the weird little bat thing which I can't pronounce, the Dinochirus, the other one I can't pronounce but I'll have a picture of it on the screen, and the Utoranus. All of the creatures in this pack are very cool and look very good in there. I think the feathered dinosaurs in this game are some of the nicest looking dinosaurs within the game, so hopefully they'll carry that on within the next game if they make one. But there really isn't much to say about this pack other than the fact that it has some very cool feathered creatures, some nice animations, all that, and it's cheap, so yeah. Alright, number 3, I'm going to go with the Moltar Expansion. This is the first of 2 expansions that I'll talk about, and it costs £16 full price, and it adds a load of stuff. So, to begin with, it adds a whole load of new buildings and 3 new locations all in the Mediterranean. You've got like a Greek island, and then you've got some other places, Malta. Some new skins and new dinosaurs include a Troceraptor, a Lustriosaurus, which isn't a dinosaur, Oviraptor, and Loris Interrepidus. And then of course, because it's a pack instead of a DLC, no, because it's an expansion instead of a pack, it comes with a load of new skins and variants. You got Iguanodon 2022, Dimorphodon 2022, Allosaurus 2022, and a Scarred Carnotaurus, which are all very cool. And also the story, obviously, because it's an expansion, has a story, which is you helping to set up the islands for the broker, even though she isn't known as that yet, but I forgot the name of her character, to be honest, as I played this like 2 years ago when it came out. Yeah, it came out in 2022, and it was a pretty good DLC. Definitely, I don't know, this one and the Biosyn one are both good, so I'm not sure. They could be swapped around either way, but yeah, it's an expansion, there's not much else to say. Okay, so for the second place, I have gone with the Cretaceous Pack, because this one adds a load of stuff, and I don't really care too much about the story of this game because it's not as good as the first one, so this is why this one's higher up than the expansion pack. But basically, it adds obviously the Scorpius Rex, which I think is the best thing added. It also adds Monolophosaurus, which is nice. Adds some variants for Kentrosaurus and Tyrannosaurus, as well as 8 new dinosaur skins. That's the most. Got 3 Baryonyx skins, an Ankylosaurus skin, all sorts of stuff. Toro, Bumpy. It's really good. Oh yes, and this is also the first pack to have the glowing skins, the Parasaurus Lux skins, which I think adds quite a lot. But this get pack is £8 instead of the normal 6, so it's slightly more expensive, but you do get more content, although it does only add 2 new dinosaurs, which I suppose could be bad, but the Scorpius Rex is cool, and I think just that is worth it, in my opinion. Alright, and I think the best DLC in this game, or at least in my opinion, is probably the Biosyn Expansion. This came out in June 2022 even, and it cost £16 again. And this one added some new stuff, obviously new maps. It added a map in Italy, there we go, in the Biosyn area. It also added a map for like a snowy area in the desert, I think. And of course, new species. We got the Ferrocenosaurus, Dimetrodon, Quetzalcoatlus, and then we got Dreadnoughtus and Gigantosaurus as variants, as well as Pyroraptor. Pretty much everything from Biosyn in the first film, in Dominion even. And then you got some more skins, like a Scarred T-Rex, Dilophosaurus skin, and some more Parasaurolophus skins. And the story was actually pretty good. You had to build up Biosyn, and then when it burnt all down, you had to basically make it into a sanctuary, and I think that was very, cool. And also added a Chaos Fury for Dominion, which was also pretty good. It was definitely the best DLC. Maybe get it on DLC discount though, because 16 quid is still a bit expensive, I would say, but it's definitely a decent DLC. And that's the last DLC, so I'm going to end this video here. There wasn't really too much I could say about each one, but if you agree or you have a different list for what you would say are the best and worst DLCs, comment down below, and I will see you lot whenever I make another video. Goodbye.